Hey guys, Moss here. Hope you are doing super well. Um, I'm just hearing reverb. There we go. Perfect. All right, guys. So, damn it, I'm hearing myself. Yummy. Just give me a second, guys. There we go. All right. Hey guys, Moss here. Hope you're doing well. From Exponential Intelligence XI. Again, the fastest way to transform your life. So the question was, would you rather be a weed or flower? We got a lot of response, on both sides. So what's the XI definition, right? The top level answer on that. Well, if you look at the properties of a weed, right? They're tenacious, they're aggressive, they grow everywhere, right? They're very successful. You can water. You don't even have to water those weeds, and they'll just grow. They'll grow out of those cracks, that nothing will grow from. Right? You see it on, the most desolate places. You'll see like a weed or a flower, not a flower, or some kind of like tree growing out of the strangest crack. That well, a flower wouldn't. So with those personality traits, if you were a person, those were just think of it, the weed, the personality of a weed. And if you look at some of the websites that I was looking at, just researching this topic, they're very tenacious, they're very aggressive, they're very assertive, they're very successful. They adapt right to their environment. Those would be all personality traits you'd want from a successful individual, right? Whether you're an entrepreneur or just maybe a spouse, wouldn't that be a great Wouldn't that be a great say personality traits for your partner or even yourself? Right? So, and I know a lot of people went towards the flower because it looks prettier. And flowers, there's nothing wrong with either one. That is the key. There's no right or wrong answer on this. But what you want to do is actually take a look at the traits of a flower, what a flower is dreamed at. So now, flowers, for example, they're quite beautiful. They're amazingly beautiful. They need more care. Obviously, they need more the right environment or that perfect environment, especially to blossom. Some flowers don't even blossom if they don't have the right environment. So in those situations, again, would you rather be a weed or flower? So if you took out the personality traits, which one would you be? I think a lot of people will go, shit, I don't want to be that flower that always gets, has to be taken care of all the time, that needs that nurturing the extra, attention, everything has to be perfect for me to blossom or show my gifts and all that, right? You tend to stay away from that. Or people who are like that. How many people do you know that you would stay away from if they had those personality traits, say, of a flower? Again, there's a lot of actually there's a lot of entertainers that are amazingly talented, but they're in the pain in the ass, whether to work for them or with them or be with them. So again, the personality traits may be more of a weed, the beauty, the blossoming, and all that of a flower. So in the XI world, let's combine both, and that's what XI does, right? So you can have both. And the other thing that I want to talk about is there's a lot of questions like this. Would you rather be X or Y? Would you rather do this or that? Don't fall into that habit. Okay. Hopefully many of you will go back and go, well, shit, I'd want both. Right? You'd be that observer and not get pushed into, well, this or that. I talk about this because in life, most people sacrifice. So the bigger, say, subject or content that I'm trying to get to you is that y- look at how you see life. Is it always black and white? Do I have to go left or right? Do I have to do this or that? Why can't you stand back and like, well, I like a lot of this, and I like some of that. Why can't I combine it? That's what an entrepreneur is, by the way. That's what a genius is. They look around, normal, everyday observations. They look around and they pull out the benefits of certain things and they package them together and they might create a new product or a new idea, a new concept. Again, genius is simply looking at things very differently. pulling out the best and creating something new that nobody ever saw, although it was available to them. So one, again, observe the questions in society, right? Do you want to get X or do you want to get Y? Look at all those things that you go through life. Okay, step back. Are you this or are you that? Don't do that. Okay, and if you have to in society to get by with it, that's fine, or in your relationship or in business, but observe what the benefits are of each side and then absorb them into yourself. Whether, again, physically, I know sometimes it's hard, because you're either this or that in today's society, but as more and more people awaken, and the way you would awaken is that, yeah, it's like I have to make that choice now. But don't fall into that trap. It's like, okay, make it this choice. Everything else is not available to me. You can still make that choice, by the way, right? Because society sometimes deems it. You make that choice and you go, yes, but I want to bring all this stuff with me in the rut that I've fallen into. Does that make sense to you? The XIers would get this. The new people go, what the fuck is he talking about? So if you're new, again, I would connect to the XI world. It's the fastest way to transform your life. By the way, the 18-day meditations coming up, hyper meditations, it literally transforms your life in 18 days. So that's why it's called 18 days. It used to be 21, but now brand new technology, you can do it in a lot shorter time. That's coming up, I think, the 8th of this month. So you still got time to join. Plus, join me on Moss on Sundays, by the way, where we talk about the topics of life. Like last week, I talked about why there's poverty and suffering happening, the real reason why, and what you can do about it. So a lot of good content on Moss on Sundays. All you have to do is look at Sajady.live on the YouTube channel for that. To wrap it up, guys, again, take the best of both worlds, right? And then blossom the way you want to show your beautiful self. Take a look at all these pictures. These are pictures of weeds, by the way. Okay? And then also, you know, uh, as we end, um, who who specifies what is a weed or flower? Back in the day, for example, just one example, and I'll leave that with you. Back in the day, dandelions was coveted. Back they were sold per they were sold per pound or per ounce, literally back in the day. Now they're a weed, and you want to destroy them. They've got a ton of medicinal properties, by the way. So again, what dignifies or what signifies a weed that you want to trash, and get rid of, or something that you want to keep. So again, it's all up to you. You define how you want to be defined. Okay, don't allow anybody else's definition. A lot of you who might feel like a weed, you have amazing talents, you have amazing abilities, you have amazing possibilities, but you feel like an outcast because of this. And that's why I brought that subject up. Would you rather be a weed or flower? Again, don't let anybody define you by their definitions. Define who you are by your definitions, right? And maybe not your definition if you think you're not good or anything like that, but a higher level of the possibilities of who you could be. All right. So again, guys, notice what you notice. Observe what you're noticing the details of what you're noticing. All right. So again, notice what you notice, and then notice those details of what you're noticing. All right. Again, we'll send out more questions like this coming up.